1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, Mondays.
And watching the show.
Mondays with Brian and Bastard.
You're
You're watching the show. Tonight, go watch the show. Oh, the show is on. Mondays. It's the best show in the world. We're watching it right now.
Okay. Hey guys.
Thought we changed up a little bit.
No, we didn't. That's the same theme song we play
you
every time.
Keep you on your toes, you know?
What are you talking about? Cool. Great.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. Second last show. Penultimate show of the show.
Penultimate is with a E, I found out today. I thought it was like
Penultimate?
Ultimate.
No, that would be like ultimate across, like different ultimates. Ultimate. Ultimate here.
I found out
ultimate over there.
a new thing.
Some ultimate underneath, maybe. Well, anyway, so welcome to the show. We've got some things that will happen.
Yeah, we do.
Some words that will be bespoken upon me, as we usually have.
This is all sticky with watermelon poop.
Delicious. Means we can eat it later.
Yeah.
Well,
so how are you doing, Sam?
pretty good.
A couple weeks ago, Sam just like wouldn't wake up, like I thought he might be dead. Because I had this dream once where Sam fell asleep, but he fell asleep like he was so tired that he fell asleep and just died. And he was like, Jordan was talking to him on the phone, and he was like, I'm really tired, Jordan. And he just fell asleep, and she was like, Sam died because he was asleep so much.
Yeah, you know.
And then the other day for the show, I couldn't wake Sam up, and his door was locked. Or I just didn't want to open it. I can't remember which one. And I was like, what if that dream happened? But it didn't. And it was okay. But he did sleep through the show. And then me and Jordan had to do Geschwess last Monday. We needed to jam a bunch of people into a shirt and then go sing in a mall parking lot. Because it was Geschwess, greatest international scavenger hunt the world has ever seen.
It's not a scavenger hunt.
It's not a scavenger hunt.
I don't know why it's called a scavenger.
Because there's really no other name for like what you could call that thing, which is why.
Competition.
Is it? I mean,
Yeah,
sort of.
like Double Dare 2000 is not a scavenger hunt. It's just a competition.
I know.
Jeopardy.
This isn't really like Double Dare. It's closer
It's
to
exactly
Double
like
Dare.
Double Dare.
Is it exactly like Double Dare?
I mean, it's different tasks, but it's have a team and compete the tasks.
It's different than Double Dare, but
Better
it
than
is.
the other people.
It is not a true scavenger hunt. That is valid, but whatever, it doesn't matter. That's why I don't actually. No one actually ever actually says what it stands for. They just say Geschwess. But it's a cool thing that
Cillian Murphy.
B-list actor and TV weird
Heartthrob Cillian Murphy.
cult icon Misha Collins.
It's Cillian Murphy.
It's Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, it's the Scarecrow from Batman.
Yeah.
Also the Red Eye from Red Eye.
Misha Collins runs it, and it's a big thing. You should look it up. And we did it. It was the second year doing it, and we had to take a bunch of pictures of a bunch of weird shit that we did. And so I was doing that last Monday.
Yeah. So, you know.
So here we are, and this is our second to last show, which means next week is our last show, which means pull the fuck
Season
together.
3.
Yeah, but season 3 is there's the trick, is that it's not going to be the end of the season, because we could always have another season, another
No, it's the end of the
episode.
season. No, it's the end of the season.
Okay.
Next week is the end of season 3.
Oh,
It's
next
finale.
week is the end of the season 3.
It's episode 23. It's the finale of the season.
Is it episode 23?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
We actually timed that out that well?
Yeah, I'm awesome.
Wow, good job. So you slept through that, and then I wasn't here a day on purpose?
Yes, that's why I said it was okay.
Wow. Good job, Sam. Then what happened was it's going to be a really good show, and we're gonna make a Facebook event like we used to for every episode back when people watch the show.
Ooh.
And we're gonna bring it on, and we're gonna tell people like everyone watch and call in and comment in. And we're gonna do crazy stuff, and we're probably gonna do some stuff we used to do maybe that
Well,
we
you
haven't
take
done
my
in a long
pants off.
time. We never. There's a lot of we've missed a lot of items from our bucket list just because we got sleepy. Literally, just because we got sleepy. But we never had our puppet show. We never had our naked show. So we might revisit some of these ideas a little bit. Just touch upon them, and touch upon them. Just a very little.
Like when we put our nipples together.
Yeah, that happened once. I guess that one's covered. All right. Interlocking nipples. I guess we can knock that one off. We don't have to do that again.
Yeah.
Um.
Anyway, so hey Brian,
Yeah.
what's up?
Not much. Let's talk about the news.
First sad news out of the way.
First sad news out of the way. Robin Williams died like a couple hours ago,
Poor guy.
or maybe yesterday, and they only told
Nope,
me.
it was recently.
It was like
This
today,
morning.
this morning. Suspected suicide. When I first heard death from asphyxiation, I thought for a
Nope,
second that
nope.
he was.
No.
Brian.
No.
No.
I don't. People don't even want to talk about that.
Because
Hey man. What's his name? The dean did it. I'm okay with it. I mean, it's dangerous. You shouldn't do it because it might choke you, but there's nothing more.
then you could die.
You could die, but apparently it's a really good cum. So I got nothing.
Wow, you're
I got
really
nothing
tactful,
on
Brian.
it.
Boy, that was probably literally the worst obituary any person has ever given. Literally.
But that wasn't how Robin Williams died. He probably think he just killed himself, which is way sadder because he wasn't even gonna come.
He just keeps on rolling.
I don't know what to do. I can't.
You could stop talking.
But seriously.
That is not actually a person that's in the room. That's a ghost that. Don't worry, studio audience. That's a ghost that lives here. It's not a person there.
But seriously, he was 63, so he wasn't that old. Apparently, he'd been down in the dumps for a while, and what does the guy call him? Someone said, people were like, yeah, he was depressed and probably just, which is shitty, because like how he's Robin Williams, like he's
been depressed for a long time.
I mean, well, I mean.
It's not a.
He was, the other thing is,
that's not news.
he was in all these. He was a actor and stuff, and he was Patch Adams and all that wonderful things. But above all, he was a comedian, and he was really good at it, which means he was like there's a direct corollary between how great a comedian you are and like how much of a fucking wreck you are as a human being. So
No.
This is what, absolutely.
What about Jerry Seinfeld?
Jerry Seinfeld made the movie. All right.
That movie's great. That's a great movie.
I've never seen it. I haven't.
You don't even know what you're talking about, then.
Yeah.
Brian, you suck at this.
I do. The whole show is a sham.
Oh my goodness.
What are you doing over there?
I'm looking up stuff to talk about right now.
We got plenty of stuff to talk about.
No, we don't. There's like 4 things on the
There's
list.
plenty. We're gonna do that. Whatever. So.
Popeye. That was a good one.
Oh my God! You see, here's the real thing. Is now slowly like I'm remembering one by one things that Robin Williams did, and I'm like more bummed out every time. And that was
Good
the
Morning
big one.
Vietnam.
I was really, when he said Popeye, I was like, holy shit! The dude who played Popeye in the live action Popeye, offed himself, and I'm like, that is the worst thing that like.
Fern Gully.
He was in Wait, who was he? Oh, he was the Bat. Oh man, that was like my favorite
Yeah, you
character.
could, man.
I fucking.
Jumanji. Jack.
Jumanji is
The Birdcage.
Jumanji is a movie that pops into my head out of nowhere, like inordinately much.
Yeah, me too.
Like every time and that was a thing. I shaved my beard off also the other day. You guys hadn't seen it in a couple weeks, but it was really big. And every time like I looked at my beard in the mirror and realized that it was bigger than the last time I took note, I thought of Robin Williams shaving his beard for the first time in Jumanji.
Well, he's got 3 movies that are going to come out. Angriest Man in Brooklyn is something that I want to see, but I haven't seen yet.
What's it called?
Angriest Man in Brooklyn. And then he's got Night of the Museum, Secret of the Tomb.
Oh, shit, yeah, he's going to be in a movie.
He's got Boulevard, which is something I've never heard of, and A Friggin' Christmas Miracle, which is something I've also never heard of. Starring Robin Williams, Lauren Graham, Joel McHale, and some other people.
Yeah, that was, I saw him in a trailer the other night for a movie that's coming up.
Night of the Museum 3.
That's wickedy whacked.
Well, anyway, let's move
So that's
on.
a bummer,
That's
but
a huge bummer.
we don't really talk about sad things, even though we just for like 10 minutes. Another really sad thing happened, I think, since maybe it was before last show, but we're only talking about it now. Something really shitty happened. E3 happened, and I figure being a part of that general universe, we should at least touch upon it. It just sucked, and
I have no idea.
Every year I watch footage from E3, and I just fucking cry. It's the worst thing.
I don't know. I have no idea what
It's a dude, a really cool looking nerd with one of those little fucking things in his ears and his mouth at the same time.
Q-tip.
Yeah, comes out on like a Segway and goes like, guys, revolutionize, and then like a fucking another like game where you're a soldier and you die really fast and everything's great.
Yeah, E3. I don't know. Well,
And he goes, and revolutionize online multiplayer, and then there's another one,
Yeah.
and it's that for like an hour, and then everybody fucking bends down and bites their own nuts off, and then that's the end.
Wow, I don't think that happened.
That's what happens at E3.
You're,
it's
you're
just
very
shit.
vulgar tonight, Brian.
But there was one really
More vulgar
cool.
than usual.
There was one really cool like planet exploration game that looked really good.
I do love playing exploration.
Where it was like you get to fly around in space and do all the space game stuff. Where you like Freelancer.
Yeah.
Where you get to go and have space battles and do space mining. But like the thing that sucked about Freelancer for me was that you land on a planet, you like go to the port. It's like every other port, and you hit like the fix my ship button and you fly away, and that's it. With this, you land on the planet, and there's a whole fucking planet there. So it's basically, from what I can tell, I can't remember what it's called, but it looks like it was like what we wanted Spore to be.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, what we wanted the space part. I'm kind of I like Spore a lot, but I always wanted the space part. I wanted all the parts to be better, but I mostly wanted the space part to be better, and it didn't kind of need the rest of the game on it. So.
Yeah, well, then they tried to expand it a little bit, but it didn't really work.
Yeah, it was a really good idea.
Anyway.
Access is great for really good ideas that don't really come through. For games that I love, mostly because I imagine how they would be if they were better.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
What else is in the news?
There's not a shitload, man.
Why not?
I don't know. I feel like every time we don't do a show for a while, I'm like, oh man, there's stuff happens there.
I just typed CNN.com.
.com. Oh, Robin Williams died. That happened. That's all we're gonna find, man.
No, you're wrong. Oh, NASA tested their new flying saucer, which is interesting.
I was looking for space news and I didn't see that.
Well, you suck. NASA tested a new flying saucer. Also, are testing or working on a new theoretical engine that is actually not as theoretical anymore, as they tested it on a very extremely minuscule scale, so it's minuscule that it can't actually push matter, but it uses solar energy to run microwaves, which propel objects forward.
Okay.
So
no, this is regular mechanical type. This isn't like light speed warp type.
No, this is regular stuff. It's just regular. But the potential of it is that they don't need fuel. They just need the device that propels big enough that it can propel the amount of mass that the ship is
getting
forward.
enough star power.
Well, than solar energy.
I guess, but I mean, the farther you get away from the star, the less.
Well, that's one of the problems, but that's what batteries are for.
I guess, but then you're just carrying a shitload of batteries instead of a shitload of fuel.
Yes, but that's still lighter than fuel.
I guess.
Also,
it's
not.
I've picked up batteries before, and they're pretty heavy.
It's not as. It's not as. Finding. Anyway, what else is in the news? You remember that pictures of that monkey that took pictures of itself? You remember that? Like a year ago, or less maybe, there was a monkey that picked up a field camera and took pictures of itself. And now there's a legal battle that the photographer that owned the camera actually isn't allowed to use the photos as
Because
the
they're-
photos belong to the monkey because the monkey.
That's awesome.
So there's this monkey now. Wait, I'll get a picture of the monkey now. There's this monkey now that owns the photos.
And they're tracking him down, trying to fucking get him to like sign a
contract. No, not really, but you know. Here's a.
Oh yeah, I do remember this.
You remember this? Here's a photo of the monkey. Here's
That's
a photo.
one of the ones he took of himself.
Yeah, that's the one he took. Yeah, that's the one he took of himself. So he can't use. They can't
It's
use
a
the
good
photo.
picture too.
They can't use the photo because he owns it. Because the monkey owns it.
That is really kind of incredibly wonderful.
Apparently, also, I read something in the news that apparently the moon still has a hot core, which is interesting.
Like how hot though?
Like hot, like actually hot, like more than 100 degrees. Like hot, like a core.
But not like lava.
Yeah, like lava.
Well, that's more than 100 degrees.
I know I said more than 100 degrees.
I guess that's a weird way to put. Well, why isn't there seismic activity then?
I don't know. Maybe
Because that means
really
there's got to
small.
be pressure trying to get out of there.
Maybe it's really, really small.
I know, but there's still got to be. It's still
Maybe
gotta
there is
get out
seismic
of
activity. No reason there isn't seismic
Yeah,
activity.
there absolutely is. They would have known the seismic activity on the moon.
Why? Can't see it. Seismic activity. It shakes.
No, like volcanoes and stuff, and they'd be
No, there's
shifting plates and.
There's no plates. It's a ball. There are no plates. It's not.
There would be plates
There's no
if there
mantle.
was-
There's no giant. The core.
Yeah,
Core. The very core.
I guess, but if it's hotter, then that means it's pressurized, and that means it's trying to push out, and there should be something happening on the surface. Like this is an astrological
not
thing.
if it's a really small core.
There was this
I mean,
great.
the moon isn't very big anyway.
I
Also,
guess.
if it's rock for a really long way, and then the core at the middle.
I guess. I mean, I remember they were looking for for a long, long time. And I'm not saying this isn't true, because obviously, you read it somewhere, that information came from somewhere. I'm sure it wasn't just sheerly made up. Maybe it was. But it just, there must be more to this because, there was a big search astrologically for when we went out to the solar system and sent Viking out and stuff. They were like, what, there's got to be a live planet. They, refer to them as live planets and dead planets. And live planets basically still were developing, and dead planets were just pieces of rock. And I feel like if the moon had...
Oh.
Yeah?
The reason it's warm.
Oh, it's the heating from the inside because of the gravity thing? Oh, cool. That's just like Io.
It's just like Io.
Yeah, so it's
Pushing
actually
and pulling. It's frictioning.
the gravity from the Earth and probably the Sun at the same time are
Probably more
Stretching.
just the Earth.
What?
Probably more just the Earth.
or just
yeah.
the Earth. It's the elliptical orbit, so it's closer to the Earth sometimes and farther away at other times. It means it's stretching it like this, and that's kind of like kneading it, which makes it hot and cool.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But again, Io, and the other situation is this is Io, the moon of Jupiter,
Yes.
is a big ball of water ice. So it turns out that it's just ice on the, but it's actually liquid ice in the middle. And it's heated and nutrient rich, and that's why they think that if there's life anywhere else in the solar system, it's probably under the ice caps of Io in this environment where it's being heated from the inside out. But Io has seismic activity.
But Io is a
there's
different
glaciers.
material. They're saying that the moon is, since it's rock, it's the molten core surrounded by soft rock. So it's actually like Dave Matthews.
So it's like, yeah,
And
like
so
Dave Matthews is,
Dave Matthews is in the moon.
and it's
playing
totally
the
cooling
lava,
down,
It's
'cause
cooling the
it's-
lava down.
yeah, that makes
You know,
sense.
or maybe like Dave Matthews or
I don't know other soft rock because I choose not to. Coldplay.
Coldplay. Or
It's Coldplay, and it's making it cold.
yeah, Coldplay.
Hey guys,
that's where the name for the band actually came from, because they're like, boy, we're really doing some Coldplay here.
Yeah.
And they're like, huh, that's a good name for a band.
We tried to listen to the entire new Coldplay song today. What's it called?
Eat My Butt
It's
and
called
the Stars Are in the Sky.
Eat My Butt and the Stars Are in the Sky. We tried to listen to it, and we
Hey, you know what? I could have listened to it, but you turned it off.
stopped. No, we couldn't.
I wanted to listen to it the whole way through.
No.
Brian was like,
No way. None of that.
And then he didn't do it.
Okay. But basically, the soft rock is because it has a little give when the pressure pushes
Got
out.
some give and take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I can buy that.
Well, you better, because you're not a scientist.
I mean, I didn't say it wasn't true. I was going to say there's
You're
going
not
to be
true.
a missing piece of this. There's got to be an explanation why they're running for volcanoes and Coldplay, and now it makes
Coldplay is
sense.
the missing piece.
Coldplay's
Coldplay's the fifth element.
Oh, yeah, so we're going to get to movies. But before we do that, we always talk about new movies that come out. I just want to, real quick, I've been working on a project, which means I've been sitting on my couch working on the project, watching movies, working on the project.
Hooray!
A lot the past couple weeks. And I've watched some movies that are not new movies, but they're really, really good. First of all, I finally actually watched, I didn't read it, fuck that shit. I finally watched Eric Von Daniken's Chariots of the Gods.
Never see it.
And our band plays a song named after it, but I've never read it or seen the documentary. And it was awful and super racist. It's Aliens Built the Pyramids documentary.
Got it.
And basically the whole thing is predicated on the notion that, like, the brown heathens couldn't have possibly, like, had the patience to, like, make a thing out of rock. Which then, became the basis for all that fucking mumbo jumbo.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually,
that.
the TV show All That was also based on Eric Von Daniken's theories. It's really subtle, but it's in there.
I think the hilarity of our show really just comes from our wealth of knowledge and being able to connect completely opposite things together. Like Dave Matthews and the Moon.
Yeah.
Or this terrible movie and All That, the TV show.
Yeah. I also watched a documentary called Cropsy. It's a documentary on the history of the case and, like, the trial and the urban legends surrounding this trial of alleged child murderer on Staten Island. And it was, like, really, really, really good. And just, like, as a documentary, just totally, just tight documentary format. Got a little schmucky at the end. You're not in the way yet. Not a little more. There you are.
I laughed.
More.
I sneezed into a napkin.
Our producer Jordan, we watched 2 nights in a row, back to back. We watched Fifth Element and Galaxy Quest back to back.
One of the best double features of all time.
Galaxy Quest didn't hold up quite as well as I would have liked.
Because you're
it
an
to.
idiot.
I haven't seen it in a long time, and I also wasn't paying that close attention, so that probably didn't help. But that leads us
But it's still our fault.
Our bridge into the other thing, because they're
Into the other best double feature of all time.
no.
Josie and the Pussycats and Zoolander.
Yeah, that's one we haven't done yet.
I'm really proud of
And
these.
I haven't seen either one of those.
Oh
So,
my god. How do you even live, sir?
Yeah,
Who are you?
You know how often you guys were like, "Oh, Brian, you haven't seen Zoolander? You gotta watch Zoolander." And then, like, every night I'm like, "Guys, let's watch Zoolander tonight."
Yeah, because we've
And
all
we're
seen it like
"No."
10 times and we don't want to watch it.
I'm not gonna watch Zoolander alone.
I'm gonna zoom in on this shark right here. I can't zoom in anymore.
It's not worth it.
Go on, move on.
But you told me something the other day that made me giddy like a little child, and that was that everyone basically involved in Galaxy Quest wants to make a sequel, and they don't know why it hasn't happened
Oh
yet.
yeah.
Basically because it would be a total flop, but the people involved don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have any more information on that? Where'd you hear
No,
that
I didn't
from?
tell you that.
You did. The other night you were like, hey, all the Galaxy Quest guys.
Oh yeah. Wait,
Wanna
no,
be-
you told me that.
No,
I
you
told you that
me
like months ago.
You told me that.
No, because then you brought it up the other night, and you were like, "Oh yeah, weren't you telling me like Galaxy Quest?" I didn't tell you that.
No, you told me it twice. I don't fucking care. I don't give a fuck. All right, let's keep going. New movies.
It's not my fault, man.
New movies. There's some stuff I didn't write down on here.
Idiot. Hey, look, it's the Fluke Man. I typed in Shark Anus, and the Fluke Man came up.
That makes sense. Now, you've played some of the Elder Scrolls games. You've played
I played the 2.
4 and 5, right?
Foe and Fire.
If you play number 3, if you play Morrowind, it's really great because all the monsters have buttholes for mouths.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know, that shark has a butt for a butt.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. So anyway.
So movies. What has been announced, first of all, before we get to what we've actually seen?
Movies that have been announced are as follows tonight.
I actually have no comprehensive list.
I don't either.
One, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We haven't seen it yet. We
Yeah.
really want to. Everything that people are saying is that it's unbelievably terrible.
Yeah.
Is that what people are saying?
Yes.
Like,
Movies that are gonna come out.
unimaginably horrendous is where we're at for TMNT. And so I want to see it. And I think I will give them my money, and I don't care if they just, but I want them to be embarrassed that I'm going to see them, like a freak show in the 20s, just to fucking laugh at
Yeah,
them.
just to laugh at them.
Just out of sheer cruelty. Just because I'm a bad I want to see it and just be like, meh, meh, and
Fart.
show it in my ass and fart at it. That's what I want to do. I'm really, really happy that
It's got 20% on the thing.
Yeah. And I mean, there was a part of me that wanted to be proved wrong and have that actually be good, but then there was a bigger part of me that just couldn't wait for it to fucking explode in fiery, poopy
Hey,
mess.
here's a reason that everyone in the world should watch the Lego Movie. It has a 96% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
So there's that. TMNT as bad as it was supposed to be. Maybe worse. Now, they announced they are going to do a second Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
Second as in 90th, but second of this particular franchise. I believe it's the third, and that there was another one that they forgot about. This is just me, because
Whatever.
the first one was a sequel to a movie that doesn't exist.
What?
And to continue with, what the fuck are you doing?
Go on, just keep talking.
Pay attention.
I am paying attention.
Is that I feel like my theory is strengthened because this one really feels like a third, and it actually kind of sounds great. Maybe we'll see what happens.
Oh right. Oh yeah. Oh. Duh.
They're introducing not monsters from Cloverfield. Mothra, Rodan, and King Ghidorah are slated to be in the next American
I
Godzilla
think it's
movie.
King Ghidorah.
It depends on how much.
I'm using the phonetic American.
You know what? I tried really hard because some people I hear talking and then
King Ghidorah.
and they do it with they'll try to do an accent and they just sound like a shithead.
Yeah.
But I've at least been pulled into Ghidorah.
Ghidorah.
I at least do that one.
Anyway, Godzilla. So that should be cool.
So yeah, we'll see how that turns out. Because again, I think I think they accidentally made a sequel instead of a first one, and now they're wrapping up a trilogy that didn't have a beginning.
Maybe
Maybe it's gonna be a trilogy, and they'll make the first one last.
maybe Pacific Rim was the original, was the first one.
That wouldn't make any sense.
Well, anyway, that is pretty exciting. I'm going to look forward to that when it happens.
I'm completely open. They've
Got them spread, man.
Yep.
I just want to point out something here that I have been waiting for the next Muppet movie to come out for a real long time now. And now I'm realizing that it came out in March of this year.
That it came and went silently.
I literally had no idea that it had come out.
We definitely talked about it on the show.
No. We talked about it coming out. We never talked about it happening.
Oh,
I was in Iceland the month it came out.
When we talked about it, it was like, oh, I think this already is out, or like it was gonna come out in a week or something. No, it came and it was very discreet.
It got 79%. Apparently, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I had no idea that it came out. I literally have been waiting for this next Muppet movie to come out.
Yeah.
I saw a Muppet commercial the other night. I was like, oh, that movie's gonna come out soon, I guess.
Yeah. No. I didn't see it.
What happened?
It didn't seem to care that if anyone saw it or not, that movie. It didn't even try. But it was a Muppet movie, which A scores a bunch of points, and then Tina Fey and Ricky Gervais, who are a couple of my fave peoples.
Oh, Ricky Gervais.
I love Ricky Gervais. I mean, he's a fucking douchebag, but he's really funny, So whatever.
Sometimes. Man, I gotta say, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, it got a 91% rating.
Yeah, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes continues to be upsettingly good. As in, not like people are upset about it, like an upset, like as in a sports game.
Yeah.
So we already talked about that, but everyone's still in shock.
So other movies that are currently out, Lucy, which was this terrible summer sci-fi movie starring Scarlett Johansson and Morgan Freeman. Mostly just Scarlett Johansson. Morgan Freeman's in it very briefly.
Mm-hmm.
And then also someone else gets a top billing, and I think he should have been billed above Morgan Freeman because he was in the movie a lot more. Anyway.
Who was it?
A Chinese actor.
Okay.
Anyway, it was an interesting movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was terrible, which was to be expected. I wasn't going in with high expectations. It wasn't very good. The script was bad. The direction was bad. But generally, it wasn't a terrible story. Like, it had some obvious, easy things, why is she in prison? Because she now can beat that guy up. Dumb things like that. But, overall, it kind of was not a terrible idea. And, if it had a better director,
mm-hmm.
I think it would have been a lot better. And it was interesting. Some of the parts of the story were very interesting. And
I'm not entirely clear on what it's about. Is this the one where she turns her brain on?
Yeah, it's the one where her brain becomes completely active, which is interesting, but horribly explained in the movie.
I mean, it's also that's a movie predicated on the moon being made out of cheese. It's such a fucking it's science turned wives' tale. It's
that's also called science fiction.
I know, but it's just it's people keep using that, and fucking my history teacher.
No, hang on.
Tell me that shit, and I'd be like, that's just not true.
But that is true.
That people only use 10% of their brains.
Yeah,
that's horseshit.
No, it's not. There's scientific proof of brain scans of that sort of thing happening.
Scientific proof, Sam. Huh? Find it for me. There's no such thing. That is a myth of science based at some point on some actual statistic but the people only use 10% of their brains. That is such a gross overgeneralization of the actual state of what's going on, and I can't quite say it's not true, but it's broken pseudoscience, and then all the theories part for it. And that's the shittiest thing. Is I first heard about this from my teacher, who was like, "Man, yeah, if you turned the rest of your brain on, you could fucking move water with your brain."
Well, it's not like you only use this part of your brain. It's at any given time you're only using 10% of your brain's capacity.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's not just like you're only ever use. It's not like only 10% of your brain is on and the rest is just off forever. It's not like that. It's that you're only ever using 10% of the energy that your brain can really do.
It's just it's not that simple.
I
couldn't explain to you why, but go read about it. Because I'm not a brain science man, but what are you looking at?
I'm looking at an article. This one says...
You're looking at a sock?
Did I say a sock?
You said you're looking at an article.
Yeah, a news article. Colloquially, we would assume what that means, news article. Is at certain moments in anyone's life, such as simply a rest and thinking. Oh, I see. Well, anyway, the point is, the movie is very good. That's the movie.
Yeah, that's the bottom line. Which, I mean, what you want. Also, Scarlett Johansson apparently made a Tom Waits cover album.
That was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I know, but I just heard about it.
Let's talk about the movies, Brian, that we're talking about.
Okay. Are you done with Lucy? Because I haven't seen it yet. And
No, I'm not done.
After Sam's glowing review.
You know, it was like... it was like... it was perfect for what it is, you know? It was like right on for what it is.
It was a great shitty movie.
It really was. Like it kind of was. It was just
It's
exactly what I wanted. It was bad, but like really kind of like, oh yeah, cool. And also the best superhero origin story. Like the first 20 minutes of the movie were like, this movie's freaking awesome. Like this movie is so good. It starts with like she's like just some chick that like her shitty boyfriend is like, yeah, just go like fucking deliver this briefcase. And then he attached it to her wrist, and she like goes in the hotel, and he gets shot, and then she gets kidnapped, and they put these drugs in her after like making her open this case that might be a bomb. It's like the first 20 minutes are like, this is freaking great, and then the drugs kick in, and she's like a robot all of a sudden, and then it like kind of goes out of control. First 20 minutes though are awesome, right? Right? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
First 20 minutes are like, we're pretty good. Then after that goes crazy.
Or at least had the possibility of being really good.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's that. That's that movie. I'm done with that movie now.
We already talked about How to Tier D #2, and that's all fun. Yeah, it's really good. You still didn't see it yet, did you? That was awesome. But we already did that like twice.
There's 2 more Lego movies in the works, apparently.
2 more? Are they like sequels, or are they just more movies?
I'm not really sure.
Legos?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but that is the rumor that there are 2 more that are going to happen.
What else? What else has happened in the past couple of weeks? There must be more.
Not a whole lot, you know. Not really a lot of things.
What a shitty like
summer
movie thing.
No, it's pretty normal for summer movies, man.
I guess.
A lot of big blockbusters that aren't very good.
But I couldn't even like think of another one. Like, what the fuck else is out?
But nothing. There are only a few big major hits. But the majorest hit of them all.
The actual one, the only big good one, was of course Guardians of the Galaxy, which we saw. I saw opening day. Sam saw a couple days later, and then I think you saw again, right?
Yeah.
It was like so good.
It was awesome.
It was really good.
It was really, really good.
It was really fucking stupid how good it was.
Great. It was super good, and I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
and it's really good.
I've been going through it in my head, like picking it apart, being like, this and blah blah blah. Not because it left anything, I wanted anything more out of it, but just because that's what I do. But like, I just don't even want to talk about that shit. I don't care. It's really good. Just watch it.
Yeah, just watch it. No, but it was really good. And Marvel's doing a lot of things right with all of this, and
I think that's the big thing is everyone. It's like every movie is like, yeah, that was a good movie, but it was even better just as a part of what Marvel does, And this was really very much in that boat where it was like, so it just added to the whole big thing.
I like it better than the Avengers. I think it's better than the Avengers.
Okay, that's
Iron Man
we're
1,
allowed to think
Guardians of the
of
Galaxy, Avengers, Captain America 1. That's my top 4. In terms of quality.
that. I would replace. I don't know what I'd do.
You don't know anything. What do you know?
I know.
Come on, man. Keep it up, man.
Oh.
All right, broadcast over.
What? No, stop it. What happened?
Nothing.
Oh, you didn't. I thought it changed color.
It didn't. All right, well, since Brian's not going to do a show
No,
anymore
no,
because he's an asshole.
I just stopped. Sorry, where were we? I totally spaced out. We were talking about. What was I thinking about? What the hell just happened to me? I was thinking about. I was trying to decide my top 3 Marvel movies so far, and then I just it just stopped. My thoughts just stopped happening.
That's not how your brain works, Brian.
But yeah.
Wait, hang on, that's
okay,
exactly how
sure.
your brain works.
Yeah, I could maybe do that with you. I might. It's debatable. The Avengers versus Guardians of the Galaxy is.
Oh,
yeah,
Guardians of the Galaxy is definitely better.
You
It
think?
is a better film. Absolutely.
Sam's got beef with the Avengers. That
I love the Avengers.
I
It's
know.
just not a super great movie.
I just think it's just, and I'm a sucker for a tight script. There's like, movies. It's
I
tight.
keep saying there's a tight script. It's really
Every because the thing
It's not Brian. It's not tight. It's simple. It's not tight. It's like Duplo blocks. That's what the Avengers is. The Avengers is Duplo.
Yeah, I don't know.
That doesn't make it better.
I get duped by that stuff. I get duped by the Duplo really easy. I'm a sucker for that stuff. It's just like when you got like fucking like 12 main characters, and like every one of them needs a relationship with every one of them, every other one. So it's like, okay, fuck, we only got a couple hours here. Everybody have one conversation.
Well, that's
with every other
because Joss
character.
Whedon's a really good director.
Yeah. It was like everybody gets one conversation and it completely fleshes out what your two guys' relationship is with each other. It is like it's really, you know.
It's good, but again, Duplo blocks.
but
Whereas
yes.
Guardians of the Galaxy, not as simple as that.
I think that is where it failed for me, is because not failed, but my problem with it is it was really close to actually being able to, you say like, oh, hey, Kate, here's a fucking big, you know, special effectsy, explosion-y, bad guy, magic thing, Getty, action summertime movie, you know?
I don't what.
It's that kind of movie that it is, and it was really close to like breaking out of that, being that, but without being such quite a cookie cutter plot. And then like the last 20 minutes, I feel like it kind of fell back on some things.
It fell back on the core value that was in the entire movie.
I guess I don't know.
Friendship and love.
But it's like
That's what it was about.
It turned that around really kind of in a weird way. It's like all these, you know, all the character arcs are like these fucking douchebags who like don't give a shit about anything, and then kind of find a reason to like band together and do something important. But like that shift just happens in such a way. It's like they left like one scene out of like that character development. They like left just a couple minutes of that out of the transition from them being these total like, you know, these guys who just look out for themselves and don't give a shit, and then getting to being, you know, heroes. They left out just a little piece of that, just enough where at the end they were like, oh fuck, we gotta like make up for it, and so they like did something hacky in like the last 10 minutes and had them all hold hands.
No, that was.
And I was like,
No.
I just thought it was like a little. They just pushed a little too hard, because if you'd taken a little bit of that work off the end and put it into the middle, it like would have felt much more natural for me.
No, I thought that was fine. I thought it was perfectly fine.
Nah.
Bunch of jerks. Bunch of jerks come together to defeat a cause because they like the place.
I mean, yes, that is what it was. I think the order was just a tiny bit off. That path.
Yeah.
It was rocky. It stumbled at 1 or 2 points.
Nah. Anyway, Guardians of the Galaxy is really good. If you haven't seen it, make sure you do see it.
Fucking coughing.
I can't. Other movies, yeah. Hobbit 3, which comes out in Christmas.
Yeah, there's that thing.
In Christmas.
Couldn't they have made some more fucking music for that though?
No, I like that they used that.
Well, here's the thing. What I realized is that that's what the trailer for Return of the King should have been. I have made that cut of the Return of the King trailer in my brain before, and it's like, wow, that's so much better than what they probably actually made.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember what it was. So then they must have looked back and be like, shit, we should have made the Return of the King trailer. Him, the dude singing. If you haven't seen the trailer yet, go watch it.
Well, they couldn't have made. I don't think. Yeah. Okay.
And then he went back and was like, well, let's try it again, and it kind of.
Yeah, I like it though. I'm hopeful for
fine.
this. I'm hopeful for this one. I like that the music isn't there because what they're doing is tying this together with Lord of the Rings. That's what this movie is about.
Yeah. So we actually, I watched the first Hobbit, part of it. It was on a screen somewhere when we were at a thing somewhere, and we watched part of it, and it was of course the whole goblin part.
Oh yeah.
Of course, it was that part, which spurs the most discussion. Us guys and Chris O'Grady were sitting around and we were talking about it, and you've heard me debate on The Hobbit. Ultimately, I watched it and I enjoyed it, and then I watched the second one and it was cool. But I've got serious problems with them, but now watching the first one for the first time since the second one came out, I came to the conclusion that I am perfectly all right with it. That's who I am. That if anyone says hey, what do you think of the Hobbit trilogy? And I mean, I'm sure this is how I am now through the rest of it, just because I'm all right. People are like, hey, what do you think of the Hobbit trilogy? I'd just be like, I'm fine with that.
That's how I've been the whole time. It's kind of like, yeah, that's the thing.
Not even as in a term, and because when you've been saying that, I've been interpreting it as I will settle for this. I didn't expect anything more from it, and it's not even that. It's not because of lowered expectations or anything, or because it's a different kind of movie or this or that. Just I'm completely, that's whatever, that's fine, that's okay.
Yeah. It's fine.
I'm just simply not offended.
It's just fine the way it is. It's totally that's it. That's all it is. There's nothing more to it.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Also, a trailer that I saw recently. They're remaking Mad Max.
With Bane.
With the guy with Bane. Now.
Starring Bane.
Bane, he should have just been the Humongous. He should just make a career out of being a huge guy in a mask.
Yeah.
He should have been the Humongous with a vocoder in his hockey mask. But I really like first of all, I want to say I really like the whole Mad Max trilogy. I'm the only person who really likes Beyond Thunderdome. What, you? No, I am the only one.
Yeah.
And the first one, Mad Max. Because also they're calling it Mad Max, but it's a remake of the Road Warrior.
No, I thought they were calling it the Road Warrior.
It's called Mad Max. Subtitle something about
the
a
Road Warrior or something.
No, not the Road Warrior. It's Wheel Beast or something. Something almost the same.
Wheel Beast.
Wheel Beast. This is another thing that I was hey, yeah, blah, blah. I like a movie about cars that fuck each other up in the desert, and I'm all about that. And
no, having water.
Of course, I've come to terms with the fact that I hate trailers, and I hate what trailers look like, and I'm trying to make myself think that. It only looks like that because it looks like a trailer. and then try and imagine past that to what it actually looks like. And there was at least one actual exploding car in the trailer.
Oh,
So that was cool. And it's, you know, kind of just like messy, and it pretty much looks like the first one or the original, but kind of newer. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. And you know, they're playing off the fucking 80s nostalgia, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So I'm completely open.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I don't have any particular love for the originals, so I'm like...
Fury Road, there you go.
Fury Road, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't have any particular love for the originals, so I'm kind of like, dude, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, make this one better or worse, I don't care.
Yeah.
First one's not... The trilogy's not very good anyway.
It's fucking great. You're wrong.
Road Warriors, like, it's okay, but it's like... It's just like...
It's so good. It just had, like, the fucking... The movie's done...
Good versus you like it.
Okay, I mean, I really like it. The really kind of just fucking strange characters. The, like, evil monk and the kid with the boomerang. And
Yeah.
It's just great.
Yeah, no. Anyway. Alright, let's move on because my battery's
gonna die. There's a
die.
scene in Mad Max when he's fucking... the police chief is, like, yelling at him in the stairwell, and he's got no shirt on, and like, a bow tie, and he's watering the plants,
Yeah.
and then, like, he's realizing watering the plants and, like, drinking coffee, and it's really weird. I fucking love that movie.
Yeah. Alright, anyway, moving on. So that's gonna happen.
This is me just thinking about it. It makes me that happy. Hey, can I show you one thing?
What?
No, it's on the internet. I'm joking.
What is it?
Can you screen share?
Yes, but go quickly because my battery's gonna die.
A segment we used to have called Injure Nonsense. This is just a good thing
What is
that
it,
I found. Go to nosemouth.com. I was led here via the Photoshop battle, our Photoshop battles. So this is Nosemouth. All nose, no mouth. Must be the new pose. This is a tribute to Robin Williams.
Ew, creepy.
There's a whole bunch of them.
Wow.
Oh, there he is, Peter Pan. And now we're back. That was just today's post.
Oh, excellent. Oh man, this is awesome.
I knew you'd like this.
This is creepy, man.
Ooh, look, I didn't see this one yet.
Hang on, I gotta make sure we have sound. Yeah, we have sound. That's from Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
That's not anything. Boring. Nice.
All the ones where like this one where it like doesn't even really matter. Like you can barely tell.
Yeah, it's creepy. That's awesome. Alright, well anyway.
No, why does Marty have a mouth though? That's what I'm upset about.
Alright, well anyway. That is very good. I'll look at that more later.
There's not a lot of it, honestly. I think you're probably nearly to the bottom already.
I gotta get to the thing. Oh, there we go. I got it. Oh, there we go. Alright, well everyone, that's our show for the evening.
Thing next week. Tell all your friends. Tell all your enemies. Tell all the ants in your house. Scream it at inanimate objects. Pick up like stuff. Pick up your dead house.
Come on, man!
Go, dude, it's the last episode of American on Mondays. It's next Monday at 10. You gotta watch it.
And make out with it, apparently. So anyway, so that's gonna happen. Next season finale, season 3. We're crying on Monday. It's gonna be fantastic. If you don't watch it, you'll die. Or, well, you probably won't die, but you'll be really, really
You
sad.
actually might. It probably wouldn't be connected, but that might. I just want you to be like comfortable, like aware of your mortality. Like,
Yeah,
you
we
could
don't-
just die.
We don't know when Nemesis is gonna come crashing into Earth, you know? Because that's how science works.
Is Nemesis
It's gonna crash right into
the
us.
same as Planet X and Nibiru?
Yes.
Okay. Part 3. That's why they will sleep. That's all the comments. We just sang the comments, by the way. That was an accident. We haven't done that in a long time.
Alright, good night, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. I hope that you all enjoy the rest of your time together. And I just don't. I want you to remember that once you do it, there's no turning back. And once that you have it, it's the one that you need to do and keep. For it's the truth that we really want to uncover before the sun rises. And as she fell from the sky, I cried tears of OJ. They burned because of the acid in the OJ.